Alright folks, for today's episode, we're going to show you the lineup, what I use for welders. You've all seen this one if you watch my channel. 302 air pack. Nice unit. I love it. Can't say anything more about it. I just love it. I love it. I love it. That with the 12, the Extreme, Suitcase Extreme 12 VS. That one is, I've had that suitcase for, I think this is this third engine drive that I've had it on. And it sits out in the back of the truck all the time. I've told you that before. It's never failed me ever, 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 ever. Okay, so that's the service truck. And I know somebody wanted a view around my service truck some time ago and in the cabinets and stuff, but it's basically got tools, come-alongs, tools, and depending if it's summer, I'm doing air conditioning, I've got that stuff with me. If it's winter, I've got all kinds of preheater parts with me. And just, you know, troubleshooting, tools, wrenches, tools, fittings, fuses, you know, just general service truck stuff you need. Anyways, maybe someday I will if I ever get it cleaned up. It's kind of a pigsty. So next, I'm going to move on. This stuff is the shop welders. And I've got 4 of them now. 4. And I'm going to adjust you here a little bit. So this unit is, let's bring it up here. Give you a little look at it. I'll just do it this way. It's the XMT 350 CCCV. Constant current, constant voltage. I can do stick welding, TIG welding, you name it with this puppy. And what I decided to do, because of who I am, do a little adjusting again here. Get back where you belong. What I decided to do with this unit is I put another 12 volt, not 12 volt, the Miller Suitcase 12 VS Extreme on it. I built my own cart. The reason being is it's an inverter. There's been times I've been called to other places where I don't want to run my engine drive in their shop. Sometimes I go to other shops. It's got the auto link. I can plug into anything with it, 3-phase, single phase, whatever. And I have the industrial feeder that I could just throw in the back of the, whatever. I take the unit off the cart, this unit off, throw it in the truck, throw it in their shop, put it on a cart, whatever, and go. But primarily what I have it here for is the flux core welding, the heavier welding. I can push a lot of amps with that thing, and I only have single phase power coming in. I live out in the country in the sticks, and our shop actually only has, I'll get to that, one. Anyway, so I use this. The inverter technology is great. 20 years ago I used their first ones, the 304s, and I hated them, but they've come a long ways. It's just phenomenal. And I didn't want to go with the separate feeder, the one with the wire exposed. That one wears out. I switch it, throw it into the truck, get a new one for in the shop, yada yada yada. It's just, to me, it was a smarter move than having a feeder that's all sitting on top, exposed and whatnot. So, all right, that's that one. And I run, like I said, I run all my heavy flux core, and if I got to do like core wire, sometimes you run metal core, sometimes I weld the cleats on the tracks for the bogies. We end up welding new cleats on, we can just get the cleats. And that requires a preheat and a special wire, and that puppy just smokes them on, and it lays out some beautiful weld. But like I said, single phase 50 amp circuit coming into my shop. So, and I run 75-25 gas on that one, and the one on the end. So next we have the Miller-Matic 251. I've had that thing for, man, I don't know how long. I'm gonna say 15 years or better. And basically it's just a hardwire machine. I run a 035 hardwire in there, and it's basic roll around the shop, use it for everything. Hey, I got my shorts on, by the way, today. It's warm out. About 40. So yeah, that's nothing special. That's just a 251 Miller-Matic. Great machine. There too. I don't know. I run tons and tons and tons of wires through that thing and never skips a beat. And next, I've got the Synchrowave 200. And what that is the TIG welder. And the reason I have one of these is sometimes I get asked to do aluminum. It's got the AC, it's got the high freak built into it. It's a good all-purpose TIG machine / stick welder. I've never stick welded with it, but I got the foot pedal, the air-cooled torch on it, and heck, I'm just not used to this. I got to walk with this thing in my hand. So I've got AC and the DC for the TIG. Where are we? Here we go. And I basically, like I said, air-cooled torch. Where this comes in really handy is where I'm fixing really fine stuff. Let's just say a cylinder comes in and it's leaking on I see a lot of where the fittings are welded to the barrel, and I don't want to stick a whole lot of heat into it, a whole lot of weld. I can just grind it, put a real small tiny bead on it with the TIG, and it serves me well too. I've had that for forever. I keep aluminum, silica bronze. I've got for filler metals, marble mouth filler metals. Plenty of different stuff. There's some stainless, and that's the other thing it comes in handy for is my own projects. Sometimes you're welding up, you know, some things, I don't know, stainless steel, something, and it's just, I used to weld pipes, so it's kind of a thing I like. And now this is the kicker for the whole deal. That one runs straight argon, and the kicker for this whole deal, if you didn't notice, that's blue, 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 and I don't know whatever got into me. I think it was the price point. And yeah, I bought, actually when my wife started doing those little parts that you saw, if you didn't go look back at the videos, all those little parts, I got this guy, that 210 MP, sweet little machine. I think it was cash and carry about 1,300 bucks, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I don't remember. It takes the 10-pound spools. It's all digital. Years ago, a lot of these companies used to put a preset in there where you just push 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, whatever you're based on thickness. You can go back in here and set it the way you want it. So, and the other nice thing, it works 220 or 110, 20 amp circuit on the 110, 120, whatever you call it. I've got to build a cart for it. I don't want to pay for a piece of sheet iron, that's just the way I am. I want something nice for it, but the reason I got it for, sometimes we're using these, 2 of these at a time, and I've got very limited electricity, so I can go to 110. There again, it's just like that. It's an auto link. Plug it in. It's got 2 different adapter cords, so either you're plugging into a 220 cord or a regular heavy-duty extension cord. Make sure it's a good heavy-duty extension cord, like a 12-3. And the gun is just so nice and little. I'm not one for self-shielding gas, so I have a bottle of argon that I got chained over to the corner where this was, and so we're safe. I had to move it because the safety police out there wouldn't like that. It's just, yeah. Anyways, it's turned out to be a really nice little asset to the shop. The guys are using it. If I'm using that one or that one, they grab that one, wheel it around, and they're fixing little stuff. I wouldn't put it on anything big, but so it was just another good asset to the shop. And I didn't think I'd ever own a red machine in my life, but you know what? It does the job, and that's all that matters. So that's the lineup that I use for welders in the shop. So I hope you enjoyed the little video and what I've got. They all get me through. They all do a good job, and I'm at a point where they each can serve a purpose. I don't have to change wire over. And they're basically all, that one was kind of pricey, but these other ones are pretty affordable, and so you can have that. So whatever I need, I pull it to where I'm working, plug it in, and off I go. So, all right, thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next video, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. All right, take care.